I'm joined at this hour by Australian consul from Bengaluru, Andrew Collister. Andrew, thank you very much for being a part of our show this afternoon. Well, rarely has it happened that Australia is getting into final of a World Cup as underdogs. How does it feel being in the underdog corner?
Hi, Rika. Thanks for having me on. It's very relaxing, actually. I think, yes, as you said, Australia always expects, usually when we make a final, but being away, being in India against an extremely good Indian team, the pressure really feels off. And I think most of the people I've been talking to this morning are just excited to see what we can do in front of over 100,000 people.
This is Osama from the NDTV studio. I also want to get your opinion on the fact that there are at least 5 players who were part of the 2015 World Cup winning team. They're also playing in this final. Do you think that is an advantage for Australia when it comes to the final in this match?
Yeah, I think it can only help. That's pretty much the only other situation where you do have a final situation in front of nearly 100,000 people at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, which, of course, I was at home when everyone's supporting you, as opposed to being away when almost 100% of the crowd will be against them today. But to have that experience, to have handled that pressure, especially, and they chased that day as well, which they may have to chase today. I think that's really experience you can't fake, and you can't make anywhere else. Which I suppose is for the Indian team the only real seed of doubt today, that they've got excellent players from 1 to 11. Can they handle that final today?
Andrew, we are talking about 100,000 fans at the Narendra Modi Stadium today, but when the Australian team plays in MCG against India, the colour isn't really different, because you have 100,000 blue here, you have 100,000 blue in MCG as well. In that sense, would you say that the Australians will be used to the chants, used to the kind of pressure that they will be facing today?
Yeah, it's a tribute to the marvellous Indian-Australian community that we have in Australia. They make a great contribution to our national life. I'd also bring Kolkata on Thursday. I was there. That was 65,000 fans, all firmly cheering for South Africa. So that was a very vocal crowd, and they handled it really well. Obviously, the game got pretty tight. It was pretty tense. But handling that semi-final situation, it should hopefully calm some of the nerves that they'll be facing today.
Right. I also want to get your reaction, Andrew, on what Pat Cummins said. He basically said in his press conference that it would be great to shut down the noise of the 100,000 fans present in the stadium. Do you think these are mind games played by the Australian captain, or do you feel he wants to motivate his team because he knows that it is going to be a pressure situation?
I'd say it's probably more of the latter. Dare I say, it's a very common Australian soundbite to silence a hostile crowd. Australians have across the world, we're a team that everyone does enjoy beating. So, in England as well, silencing the crowd and kind of motivating his team that we've got to lift from the very start. So, if we're bowling first, if Rohit Sharma hits 3 fours off the first over, that crowd's going to be up and roaring. But if we get a wicket off the first over, that crowd gets a bit unsure and it takes a bit of the power away, and it grows the players within. So I think you could say it's a bit of mind games to the crowd, but I think definitely motivating his own players.
Well, let's have a quick prediction from you in terms of percentage. How much percentage do you give to Australia to win this match, the final match?
You're putting him on the spot. Well done.
On the spot, my head definitely says India. My heart will always say Australia. I think if Australia wins the toss and hopefully, from my point of view, bats first, I think we're looking at about an even chance. So I'll be honest, I think if India bats first, we're going to struggle. I'd put us down about 25% if we bowl first. But if we bat first, I'd give us a good 50-50.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew, for joining us on the broadcast.
Well,
Andrew, Baba is saying that you being a diplomat, you have perfectly played your role there. And thank you very much. Yes, he said...
I have to live here for 3 more years, Rick.
We'll let you go and enjoy the game. Thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast this afternoon.